So this is the presentation of deep learning of model 1 2026 to 27. In this model I will do of math after science. 2026 2027. First I am going to do science. I did 4 chapters in science: measurement and length, measurement of length and motion, material around us, temperature and its measurement, and a journey through state of water. So in science I don't have to solve any question now.
I have to explain properly.
So in chapter number 5, measurement of length and motion. So in this
But why are you using
अरे इसी में से ये पॉइंट बस ये मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ.
so you can read from here. Already point is given. All the points. I'm sure you don't need to see the definition and all the things.
फिर मैं नोट्स पे देख सकता हूँ.
No.
हाँ.
No.
क्योंकि मुझे
If
प्रॉपर
you are-
डेफिनेशन याद नहीं है ना.
So you can
मुझे
only
समझ में आता है बस.
so you can explain how it can be deep learning. Nanditi, from here to here.
How do we measurement or is centimeter you can say.
What how do we measurement? You don't know how do we measurement?
How do we measurement? We measurement with SI unit means meter centimeter
There is
length.
written meter,
अच्छा
centimeter,
ऐसे
length,
है.
all the things.
ऐसे बोलिए ना, हम कंफ्यूज में. आप सेंटीमीटर यहाँ पे कैसे आ गया? I was confused. तो अब ऐसे ऐसे है या ऐसे ऐसे दीदी how it is ऐसे ऐसे या ऐसे ऐसे.
That I don't know. How to do it. Yes, understand.
Circular motion. So okay, ठीक है. There are 3 type of motion. Obstacle, circular and obstacle motion, circular motion and to and for motion. ऐसे कुछ करते थे. Sorry, linear motion, oscillatory motion, circular motion and linear motion. There are 3 type of motion, and SI unit is standard unit of measuring length. SI unit of length is meter, centimeter, something like this. Meter, centimeter, kilometer. Mainly we use meter, centimeter. For long distance we use meter as per need. And linear motion, something comes from ups to down, means from sky to floor, that we call in a straight line, that we call linear motion. Like I just throw eraser from the sky and it's come straightly to the ground. That motion is called linear motion. Motion means movement. And circular motion. Circular motion means you can say like something which is moving into round. An example of fan. The fan is moving round. So this motion we can call circular motion. Oscillatory motion is to and for, means like swing, jhula. Swings is moving to for. That motion we can call oscillatory motion. And reference point is a particular point for measuring, like reference point is a particular point of measuring, like what I have to give an example. Reference point when distance is started with respect of a framed object of point, then this point is called a reference point. A fixed point, we can say a reference point, fixed point, and from that point we have to measure something, that so that point will be called the reference point. And उसके बाद क्या है? Millimeter, meter, centimeter, kilometer is measuring length, distance, circular motion, centimeter, measurement. So yeah, only these are the points in that chapter. सही है ना? Yellow point, and this blue point is something like questions, not questions, activities. And in chapter number 6, material around us. So in this chapter we just mainly we have to do observation, material which is around us. इसका कहाँ है? इसका कहाँ है सारा point?
Yes. There.
ऊपर है. So material around us. There are some points. Lustrous means something which is shiny, like wood. If we polish a wood, that can shine, like glasses. If sun is reflect on the glasses, so that glass is become shiny. Mainly shiny things we say lustrous, and non-lustrous means something which is not shiny, like a old iron जिस पे जंग लगा हो, that it will be not shiny. And in this we talk about mass, matter, volume. So volume means something which take place, space, not place, space, that we call volume. And which take space, that we call volume. And mass, we can say mass only tell us the measurement of the weight, that is called mass, something like. And matter, if we combine the mass and volume, that thing will become matter. It's, I don't know, means yeah I know, but and maybe I'm not able to clarify. Matter is anything that has mass and that take up space, like an eraser. Eraser is have mass, weight, and it takes some space if we put it somewhere. If we are not putting it somewhere, then also it takes space, that we call matter. Volume means something which takes space, and mass means something which have weight. Mass, matter, volume. Insoluble means something which is not able to solute in water. Solute things like soluble like salt, and non-soluble like rocks. And after that opaque, translucent, and transparent. Opaque means something we cannot see from one side to other side. If that thing is between us, like that wooden wall, I am not able to see on that side, opposite side, because that is opaque. That is opaque, and transparent is a clean glass. I can see clearly outside. That is called transparent. And translucent is something which I can see outside, opposite side, but not clearly. That is called translucent. Mass, matter, volume, material, translucent. Anything else in that chapter?
అయితే ఇతను వృత్తిలోనేనా
And here it is hard and soft. So material which we can compress or stretch easily are soft, and the material we cannot able to compress and stretch, or maybe it's difficult to compress and stretch, that is hard material. Yeah, only these points are in this chapter. Now chapter number 3, temperature and its measurement. Temperature and its measurement. So mainly in this chapter they talk about thermometer. Only thermometer. Mainly thermometer. There are a little more point about human body and something like this. So Celsius, there are 3 type of scale to measuring temperature: Celsius scale, then Fahrenheit scale, and Kelvin scale. Celsius scale tell us in Celsius degree, Fahrenheit scale tell us in Fahrenheit degree, and Kelvin scale tell us in Kelvin degree. So the SI unit of measuring temperature is Kelvin scale. And there are many type of thermometers. So mainly in the shop, locally shop, they have Celsius scale. Somewhere Fahrenheit scale also available, and somewhere Kelvin scale also also available, but mainly Celsius scale we see. And Fahrenheit, the SI unit of temperature is Celsius. SI unit of measuring temperature is Celsius. Is Kelvin. But mainly we see the Celsius scale. And they tell about thermometer. So a device that measures temperature is called thermometer. There are 2 type of thermometer, mainly 2 type of thermometer: clinical and laboratory. So in laboratory mainly we see the Fahrenheit scale, and in clinical we see Kelvin scale and Celsius scale. And for Why not Fahrenheit scale? So there is mercury in the Fahrenheit scale, and sometimes it's become dangerous for people. That's why we don't use mercury scale. Sorry, Fahrenheit scale in clinical. We use it in laboratory. And and one more thing I learned: a temperature of a human being does not go below 35 degrees Celsius or above 42 degrees Celsius as per Celsius scale, because in Fahrenheit scale its normal degree is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. So this mainly they talk about thermometer and type of thermometer and type of scale in this chapter. Sorry. After that they tell about a journey through state of water. The chapter number 5, 6, 7. Chapter number 8. A journey through state of water. So I did not complete all the chapter. Full chapter I did not complete full chapter. Means mainly I complete, but you can say not complete full chapter. But I learned something in this chapter also. That's why I put the name. In math I don't put the name of chapter symmetry because I don't solve the question there. So maybe that's why I don't put the name of symmetry in math. Chapter number 12. And I think one class is also left of chapter 12 in math. That's why I don't put the name. A journey through state of water. I learned that water will change its state if we change its temperature. There are 3 states of water: solid state like ice, liquid state like water, and gaseous state like water vapor. So when the water comes in a contact of heat, it's vaporized, and that is called water vapor, and that state is called gaseous state. And in ice, if water comes, if we put water in freezer, it comes into cold area, very cold area, then it's become ice. And if we put water in a normal area, then it's become water state. And I learned about property of what ice. So property of these 3 states. So solid state means ice. It's retain its shape in respected of the container in which is means if we put it in a container, so it will not change its shape, and means it will not change its shape. If it is in cube form, then its will be in cube form. And that's the other point. If we put it in hot place, then the ice get melt. But if we put it in a cold temperature, which can maintain the ice in its form, then it will not change its shape. But in water, if we put it in some container, it takes the shape of that container, but the volume of water remain constant. It will not change. Water also has property of spread while keeping the volume constant. Water vapor, gaseous state. It has property to spread. It can spread and it can change its temperature. Sorry, I am confused. Water vapor can spread, and it can goes all around, in air and it's available in air anywhere, means also in grass, and if it comes in a contact of cold things, then it's change its form and becomes liquid. So this chapter, sorry, science, only these are the things which I learned. And now in math, I learned from chapter 7 to chapter 11, comparing quantities, rational number, parameter and area, algebraic expression, and exponent and power. So in comparing quantities, I learned about percentage. So mainly percentage is a way to compare quantities, comparing numbers. And what is percentage? Percentage is derived from Latin number percentum, and means per hundred. Percent means per hundred. It's come from a Latin number percentum. I think percentum. So mainly I learned in this chapter how to convert percent in a fraction, and in a decimal, and how to convert fraction to percent and decimal to percent. Okay, I learned how to convert fraction and decimal to percent and percentage, and how to convert percent to decimal or fraction. And I learned use of percent converting percent. Sorry, use of percent. I learned use of percent and about cost price, selling price, and then I learned about simple interest and the formula simple interest means, and the formula of simple interest means time multiplied by rate multiplied by principal by 100, something like this. And only this I learned in this chapter. Mainly they talk about percentage and how to convert fraction and decimal to percentage, and how to convert percentage to fraction and decimal. And after that they talk about simple interest. And after that in rational numbers. So for understanding the rational number, we need to understand the other type of numbers like natural number, whole number, integer, fraction. Then we can understand the fraction number. So natural number, it start from 1, and from 1 2 3 4 5 6 it goes anywhere, means I don't know, there is no limit of that number. That is called natural number. Whole number, it's also like natural number, but there will be zero also. Integer, all numbers zero or negative, means in integer there is also negative number and positive number, and zero is a neutral number. After that, fraction, the number which form like a by b, where a and b are natural number, are called fraction. Rational number means a rational number is any number that can be expressed as a fraction p by q of means I am giving an example. p by q. Well, ठीक है, okay, I'll take a mathematical example. 1 by 2 of two integer where the one numerator, which is 1, is an integer and the denominator q is non-zero, means the value of 2 will not become have to be 0, otherwise it will not a rational number. So I learn about equivalent of rational numbers. So that is the definition of rational number. And I learn about equivalent of rational number. So if we multiply a rational number by the same non-zero number, we get a rational number equivalent to the given rational number. Like if I multiply 4 by 5 multiply by 5 by 5, so answer will be 25 by 25. So here both rule as follows, means the numerator is an integer and the denominator is non-zero. So 25 by 25 is equal to 4 by 5, and it's applies same as it's applies same in divide also. That is an example of multiplication. If we divide a rational number by the same number of by the same non-zero number by non-zero number, we get a rational number equivalent to the given form, to the given rational number. It is same as multiplication. And positive rational number, a rational number is said to be positive if its numerator and denominator either both positive or both negative. In that case we say the rational number is a positive rational number. And a negative rational number, the numerator and denominator are such that one of them are positive integer and one of them are negative integer. In that case, that will be negative rational number. And rational number in standard. So standard form of rational number, its denominator is a positive integer and its denominator is a positive integer, and numerator and denominator have non-common factor than 1. In that case it will be standard, it will be a rational number in standard form. And then addition of a rational number, two rational number with the same denominator, we simply add their numerator and divide the sum by divide the sum by the common denominator. And in subtraction, same as denominator. If the denominator is not equal, make it equal. In both cases, addition and subtraction. And in multiplication, the product of two rational numbers, like their numerator and their denominator, like there is a by b multiplied by c by d. So simply we multiply it, a multiplied by c and b multiplied by d. We don't have to change it, we don't have to make it equal. And divide, if a and b and c, a by b and c and d, c by d are two rational numbers such that c by d is not equal to 0, then a by b divided by c by d is equal to a by b multiplied by, this is for reciprocal, a by b multiplied by reciprocal of c by d, that will be a by b multiplied by c by d by c. So in that, okay, I will tell this on the blackboard. Maybe I can tell it here now. क्वेश्चन के सॉल्व करूँ अभी ज़्यादा है इसके मीन्स अभी दो ही दूसरे चैप्टर पे लाइक हियर ए एक सेकेंड ए बाई बी मल्टीप्लाई बाई सी बाई डी sorry divide by c by d so it will be a by b multiply by b by c it is like this like here a by b divided by c by d so it will be equal to a by b multiply by d by c by d will be become in reciprocal and after that product of reciprocal that is safe so mainly these are the points which they tell in that chapter rational number after that parameter and its area that is very small chapter only in that chapter they tell about the formula of parameter and area of a parallelogram mainly of a parallelogram yeah in starting there is area of a parallelogram so of a parallelogram we just have to multiply the base to the height then the area of a parallelogram will come and for area of parallelogram will come and for parameter of a parallelogram will be different it will be length into it will be height it will be length into breadth that will be 2 multiplied by length into breadth not base and height we can understand parallelogram like rectangle length is equal to base of parallelogram and rectangle breadth is equal to height of parallelogram area of a parallelogram is equal to breadth multiplied by height and area of a triangle is equal to area of a is equal to 1 by 2 of area of a parallelogram like 1 by 2 multiplied by base multiplied by height 1 by 2 bracket multiplied by bracket base into height and then they tell about circle in circle they tell about circumference of a circle the distance around the circle is called circumference is known as circumference like we can say the parameter of a circle the boundary the measurement of the boundary is called the circumference in a easy way we can understand like this and radius a straight line from the center to one side of the line there is no side from the center to another point of the outer edge the straight line distance we can say radius and diameter from the straight line distance from one side of circular to the other position directly through its center like we can say 2 radius will be diameter a line goes from one point to the other point of the outer edge of a circle but it has to be passed from the center of the circle. The circumference of a circle is always more than their 3 times of diameter. That's why, and that's why we take the value of pi is equal to 22 by 7 means 3.14, and then they tell about the formula. Only they tell about these points and the formula and the exercises, and after that algebraic expression. Algebraic expression so थक गया, एक मिनट रुक जा. Okay, so chapter number 10, algebraic expression. For understanding the algebraic expression, we have to understand what is constant and variable. So constant, a symbol having a fixed numerical value is called a constant, and variable, a symbol which take various numerical value, which can take various numerical value, is known as a variable. And then algebraic expression, a combine of constant and variable connected by any sum or all the four fundamental operation, plus, minus, multiply and divide, is called an algebraic expression. This is definition. Term of an expression. They tell about term of a different part of an algebraic expression which separated the sign of plus or minus. For taking the term of an expression, we just have to separate the expression on where plus and minus, we just have to put it out. Plus and minus are called the terms, and that which expressions will come, they will call the terms of an expression, because if we separate it, then it will become more than one expression. So that time we call it terms of an expression. Factor of a term. So in a term where multiplication is happening, then we can say it terms. Like each terms of an algebraic expression consists of a product of constant and or variable. Constant और variable where जहाँ भी multiply हो रहा हो वहाँ से हम उसका फैक्टर निकाल सकते हैं. And then they tell about coefficient. In a term of an algebraic expression, any of the factor with the sign of the terms is called the coefficient, like x and y. So coefficient of x is equal to y 5y. 5xy. So coefficient of x is equal to 5y. Mainly the coefficient has to be in the has to be in variable form. If there is numerical, so we have to put variable with the numerical. If there is no variable, then there will be no coefficient. Means in coefficient there has to be a variable. If there is no variable in that terms, so there will be no coefficient. And then they tell about like and unlike term. like term. When the terms are having same algebraic factor, known as like term, and when they have different algebraic factors, then it's known as unlike term. Monomial. An algebraic expression which constant only one term is called a monomial. Binomial. If there are two terms, then it's called a binomial. Trinomial. If there is three terms or three or more than three terms, then it's called if there is three terms, then it's called trinomial. And polynomial, an algebraic expression with one or more terms is called a polynomial. So the monomial, binomial, and trinomial are all polynomial. So only they tell these points in that chapter, and after that the last chapter is chapter number 11, exponent and power. Algebraic expression was very small chapter. I think it's covered into 5, 6, 7 pages. So they don't have many points. After that, algebraic expression. Exponent and power. So exponent is a quantity that represents the power in which the number is raised. Like I have give an example. Like if we take 210, so 2 will be base and 10 will be exponent. 2 raised to the power 10. If there is number 2 raised to the power 10, then 2 will be base and 10 will be exponent. It's an example, not necessary. It has to be 10 or 2. Negative integers. So if there is odd power, it will be negative. Or for positive integer, if the power is even number, then it will be positive integer. The answer will come in positive integer. And then they tell about 6th law of exponent. So only that are the points which they tell. There is something missing, I can check it from here. Yeah, only law of exponent, divide power. So in law of exponent, they tell about multiplying power with the same base, divide power with the same base, and multiplying power of a power, and then multiplying power with the same exponent, divide power with the same exponent. So only that are the points which they tell. One more point is decimal number system. Using in exponent, if there is number 38760, then it will be in exponent. It will become, from as per decimal, it will become 3.8760 raised to the power. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, so it will raise to the power 4. 3.8760 raised to the power 4. The number will come, and then the chapter is over. So math chapter is also over, science chapter is also over. Now our last part is solving numericals of math. So we are going to solve. I take one question from each chapter. Like first chapter is comparing quantities. So in comparing quantities, I take a question. The question is Mita saves rupees 400 from his order. Mita saves rupees 400 from her salary. If this is 10% of her salary, what is her salary? So she saved 400 rupees. So we can say, and it is a 10% of her salary. So we can say 10 by 100 multiplied by 400. 4,000, not 400, is equal to, we can say, her salary, we can say S. So now it becomes S is equal to, sorry, here it is not 5. S is equal to 4,000 multiplied by 100 by 10. That is reciprocal. So 10 to 10, and it will become 40,000. So our salary is 40,000 rupees. So this is the question I take from chapter number 7. I am explaining it. This is her salary percentage, 10% her salary, and that is 40,000, and if we 10 by 100 multiplied with 40,000, that will be S. S means her salary. So S is equal to 40,000 multiplied by 100 by 10, so it will be 40,000 rupees. So her salary is 40,000 rupees. And in rational numbers, so there are no hard question in rational numbers. Only there are hard their definitions and their properties is hard to understand, but there is no hard question in rational numbers. So there I take a question like here is minus 3 by 5. Means in this question it takes me so much time for understanding. That's why I take this question. Minus 6 by 10, minus 9 by 15, minus 12 by 20. So they tell us to understand the pattern of that rational numbers and write 4 more rational numbers. So we can say minus 3 by 5 multiplied by 2 will become minus 6 by 10. Minus 3 by 5. Mainly I was doing the mistake was, if I do this one, then I am going directly this one, minus 10 by minus 6 multiplied by 2. So the answer is not coming 9 by 15. That's why it takes me so much time. But it has to be minus 3 by 5 multiplied by 3. So it will be minus 9 by 15, like this. So this is the pattern, and this will be minus 3 by 5 multiplied by 4. So after taking out 4 more rational numbers, we can say minus 3 by 5 multiplied by 5 minus 3 by 5 multiplied by 6 minus 3 by 5 multiplied by 7 and minus 3 by 5 multiplied by 8. So should I just 15 or 25? Minus 15 by 25 and minus 18 by 30 minus 21 by 35 and minus 24 by 40. So these are the 4 more rational numbers. So only this question I take from this chapter because there are so much. The chapter is very easy. Mainly they talk about number line, making the number line. Number lines like if we say represent a number on the number line and that number is 7 by 8. So we make a number line. Here will be minus 1, 0 and 1 and we divide it 10 parts. So minus 8, sorry 7 by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8 and 7 by 8. Wait for a second, I will start. I am going to drink water. I will. Okay. So the number was minus 7 by 8. Sorry, 7 by 8. So in the number line, we can see 0 to 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We divide it to 8 equal parts because here in denominator it is 8. So 7 by 8 will be this one. This point is 7 by 8. This is the number line. So only these are the points which they tell. And after that, parameter and area. So I take a question like they tell us to find the area of a parallelogram whose base is equal to 7 centimeter and height is equal to 4 centimeter. So area of a base, area of a parallelogram. Area of a parallelogram. Simply I write it in short form. Area of a parallelogram is equal to base into height. So it will become 7 into 4. So it will be 28 centimeter square. This is the area of that parallelogram. So mainly this kind of the question in that chapter, and like a and in algebraic expression I take chapter number 10 algebraic expression. I take questions. I take question like identify terms which contain y square and given the coefficient of y and give the coefficient of y square. So a number like 8 minus xy square. The coefficient of y will be, so in terms of y will be, so this इसका term होगा 8 and minus f y square, and coefficient of y will be, coefficient of y square will be minus x, will be coefficient, minus x will be coefficient of y square, and the terms will be 8 minus x y square. So only bit of like these points. Yeah, there are other points like they give us the value of the variable and they say to solve us like m is equal to 2 and a question like m minus 2, so it will be 2 minus 2, that answer will be 0. Only this type of question, only two exercises are here. So I take one question from each exercise in this chapter, and exponent and power chapter like here is a question using law of exponents, simplify and write the number in exponential form, like 3 raised to the power 2 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 4 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 8. In that form we can say if the exponent is different, like 1 raised to the power a multiplied by 2 raised to the power b, we can say it, sorry, 1 raised to the power 1 and 2 raised to the power 1. So 1 raised to the power a and 1 raised to the power b, so we can say it 1 multiplied by, sorry, 1 and a multiplied by b. So this will be the law of this applied here. So this will be 3, this will be 3 in bracket 2 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 8. So for that it has 16. So it will be it will be 3 into 64. 3 raised to the power 64. The answer will be. Wait for a second. Sorry. Yeah. Here it will be not multiplication. Here it will be plus addition. That's why I think that it is wrong. So it will be 14. 3 raised to the power 14. So this is the questions and a question answer, and the deep learning is over.